Hi everybody, Paul Douglas here from driverwitness.com. Today in this video, I'm going to be opening up one of our newest rearview mirror dash cameras. I'm really excited about this particular product. It is the DVR-11F that we brought in. It's one of our newest products and one that, although I'm going to be opening this box today, I've actually been playing with this camera for the last week and I have been just loving it and really enjoying it. So let me get started and show you what you get inside this box. Now it is coming in a beautiful gift box. It opens up here in the front and you'll see that it is tightly packed, well protected with foam. And the first thing you're going to see when you open this up is going to be this camera. Now the camera is set up here on the front end, so this just slips over top of your rear view mirror and it locks into place with some Velcro. Now I've heard a few people talk about with these cameras, you know, with the Velcro strips and such, that it's going to shake and wobble. I've driven a week with this. You cinch it up nice and tight, it's secure, and it will not wobble and bounce around. The camera lens itself is fully adjustable. You can change the angle on it to make sure that you are centered down the road. You also have 6 LED lights going around this lens. So what that means for you is that you'll be able to light up what's in front of you at night and capture that image. Now on the back here, you have all your buttons, and then on the top, you have your connections. Now this is where your power cord goes. This is for where you plug in your rear camera if you decide you want to use it. This is where you put in your micro SD or TF card, and then this is where you plug in your GPS camera. On the front side here, we're going to start off. You've got your power button right here. You just hold it down for 3 seconds. It fires up. Now, this is brand new. I don't know if the battery has been charged on this yet. Nope, does not look like it. You have your menu here. Again, hold it down for 3 seconds, and your menu is all set up on this mirror here, and just scroll down and make your adjustments. This would be your keys to go up and down with it, as well as locks your video in case of an accident or an event. It also allows you to replay your video, and then of course the OK button here. A couple actions that it does. One, it will, when you're playing with the menu, it will set your settings on the menu. Also, if you find that your camera is not running, pressing the OK button will start the record. So looking at the size, it's about 12 inches long. Really, the only thing I noticed is that as far as space on my vehicle, this is the area that my rearview mirror typically covers. So I'm only extending it out maybe 2 inches. And the really cool thing is, it did not obstruct my vision in any way, shape, or form. I've already used to having a mirror right there, and it didn't change any visibility whatsoever. Now, the other thing you're going to notice here on the front of the camera is you've got this 4.3-inch diagonal screen. It gives you lots of visibility so you can see it. I've looked at a number of different cameras in this case, and to be quite honest with you, the 4.3 and the 5-inch screens are great. You don't really want to have anything much smaller than that. You're really not going to see anything on a rearview mirror camera. And really, you don't want to have a whole lot of channels either. I mean, if you're going to have 8 different cameras taking images and placing it in this little area, you're not going to see anything. 2 channels would be the most that you'd want with it. Now, going back into the box, we'll just take out a few more things here. Now, one thing that we do for every one of our customers is we include an 8 gigabyte Class 10 micro SD card. You can see that right here. You can also upgrade to a 16 gig or 32 gig micro SD card. This is your connection cable for your rear view camera if you choose to use it. This is your GPS antenna. So essentially what I do is I plug this into the top of the camera here at this point here. And by the way, it's all labeled on the back. I don't know if you can see it, but you've got your GPS, your TF card, your audio, video, and your power, all thoroughly labeled on the back here. But just set this, plug that into the camera, and then just position this right here on your dashboard, and it'll plot your GPS. Now, you're not going to have GPS on the screen. What's really cool is there's a player that comes with this that plays the video back that you've taken with this camera, and it will also plot your course on a Google map, and at the same time, it will give you your vehicle speed. Really, really cool toy to work with. Now, it does come with a DC power adapter. Just plug this into your lighter or your power adapter if you have an extra jack. I've got one in the rear console of my Explorer, one in the front console. So, and I mean, there's lots of cords. So the nice thing about this is you can actually tuck this in along the headliner in the front, along the front doorpost, underneath your dash, run it alongside your center console, plug it in. There's no cords hanging down unless you choose to do that. You have a micro USB cable here as well. This not only will allow you to power up the battery from your computer, but it will also let you download your video from your camera and play it back. The last thing that you have here is your rear camera. Now, this is kind of cool because a couple of weeks ago, a good friend of mine was rear-ended. He had a dash camera, but it was pointing in front of him. This one would have caught everything from behind, showing that he would have been at a complete stop, and that the woman that hit him from behind was actually hit and pushed into him. So a rear camera is great. Now, this camera shoots at 720p at an angle of 120 degrees. This one here shoots at 1080p and also at an angle of 120 degrees. Nice thing about that is when you go into the wider angles, they start to use fisheye lenses, so everything gets a curved effect on the edges. Now, does come complete with an operating manual as well. It gives you, all the instructions on how to set this up. What it doesn't do, though, is teach you how or show you how to install any of the wiring going into the back of the vehicle. If you decide you want to use the rear backup camera feature on it, there's no instructions on that installation. So you would have to, if you're not handy like I am, you're going to have to take it to a professional installer if you want the backup camera. So here's some of the things that this particular camera gives you. It does use a Samsung 4AW image sensor. The front lens gives you 120 degrees view. It also gives you a 1280 by 720p resolution at 30 frames per second. So this is comparable quality to what I have with the professional camera that I use for my other videos when I'm not doing a hangout on air like this. The back lens is an H264 MOV. It does have motion detect, which means if someone walks behind your vehicle, it will pick it up and start recording. It does give you picture-in-picture as well if you want to see what's behind you. The photo format, because yes, you can take image shots with it, is a JPEG, which means you can use that anywhere. The resolution is on the photo is 2048 by 1536 pixels. So it gives you a full-size image that you can then edit if you need to. The screen size is, as I mentioned, that's 4.3 inches, so it gives you lots of visibility there. It also gives you seamless recording. So let me explain what the seamless recording is. Because you want to have smaller file sizes, you can have this set up to record in 1 minute, 5 minute, or 10-minute intervals. And at the end of that time, it's going to start a new file seamlessly, so you're not going to miss anything. You may actually have to take two recordings and combine them together later, but at the same time, this keeps you nice small file size, and it makes it easy to go through and find a specific event. Particularly if you've got a 32 gigabyte memory card in the camera, like I did with my test one, you're going to find that trying to find a specific event can be very difficult, but because you have the smaller files broken down, you'll be able to find the date and the time and start finding the file that you're looking for. Some of the other things you're going to have with this is night vision, because you notice we've got the LED lights around the back here. Motion detect, again, this is a setting that you can take on the menu. So if you have somebody walking in front of your vehicle, it will start recording and will continue to record without until it stops seeing any motion. Now, the really cool thing is nothing turns on during this process, so you're not warning anybody that you're taking pictures. Now, this is really handy. You know, I don't know if you saw the news not too long ago, a family had a dash cam in their pickup truck that was vandalized. That motion sensor was what picked up that vandal in the front of the vehicle, drawing all over their pickup truck. So very, very great feature to have in a dash camera like this. Um, you have voice recording, so there is a microphone on the back. That microphone is right down here, and yes, you do have a speaker here for the playback as well. Now, how good is it? Well, it's good enough that on some of my sample recordings, you'll hear me swearing at other drivers. So I may have to bleep those out before I make those live. And believe it or not, you can use this as a webcam for video chatting. Although why, I don't know. I could, set it up here, connect it, use it for web chatting. I'd rather keep it in my vehicle. Now, with that said, what I can tell you about this particular camera, I've had it now for a week. The other one in my vehicle, that is, I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's priced right now to sell at $244.95 on our website at driverwitness.com, plus shipping and handling. But you can pretty much get it landed to your home for $265, $275, depending on how far away you are from Winnipeg. And that's Canadian dollars too. So if you happen to be in the United States, you're looking for a dash camera, this is a great value for you. Bottom line, I really love this camera. I love the idea of having a dash camera. I love how simple this was for me to install. I mean, just 2 clips, wrap it around my mirror, plug in my power here, my GPS here. And although I have not used the rear camera yet because my partner's now playing with that demo for the next week, when I get it back, I'm going to be installing that rear view camera, and I'll be creating a second video on how to install this camera in your car. It really, really is very simple. I mean, I am so mechanically inclined, I can screw up anything, and this was a piece of cake. So in short, what I'm going to tell you is this: if you're looking for a dash camera, if you want something that's not going to block your vision by having a whole bunch of devices on your windshield or on your dash, I would definitely recommend this car DVR. It shoots great quality video. It does record great sound. It will secure and protect your vehicle. But most importantly, what you're going to find with this particular device is that, within no time, you're not even going to realize it's there. The other thing I'm going to also point out is that it gives you a bigger mirror area. Although you can see the screen area here, as you can see, it's reflecting the doorway in front of me quite well. So this is a fully functional rear view mirror. It's not going to affect that at all. And because the coating that's on it, it's actually an anti-glare mirror. So it's great for night driving. You can see what's behind you and not get blinded by the lights behind you. So again, this is $244.95 at driverwitness.com. We've got 5 of these in stock right now. I would definitely recommend come visit us, pick up one of these cameras. We'll get it shipped to you within 2 business days. And depending on where you're at, it can take anywhere from 4 to 9 business days to deliver it right to your door through Canada Post. So again, this is the DVR-11F from driverwitness.com. And I invite you to put this into your car and send us your feedback. I guess I'm going to have to trim this part off here at the end.